What is up, fam? It's your boy Zephyr here with a very special guest, my little baby cat. Right here, yeah. Oh, she's so pretty and cuddly, yeah. I love you. Oh my god, you're so precious. Yeah, I love you. So anyways, this video is going to be about two of the most important people in deaf education, or deaf history. I don't really know how to classify it, but Thomas Hopkins Gaudet and Laurent. I probably mispronounced his name. He is French, so his name is probably pronounced like Laurent, but it's spelled Laurent Clerk. So I'm not French, so I'll probably continue to butcher it. I think it would be funnier if I did it in a fully American accent, though, so I'm going to try to do that. The reason I'm doing this video is because I have a class assignment, because I am in ASL. ASL. So yeah, I'm doing that class, so I have a class assignment. I'll probably not go as in-depth as someone making a truly educational video about these two wonderful people. So, like, please do your own research on this person. They're both of these people, they're very interesting to learn about, quite fun to learn about too. And if you want to go check my sources, go check the description, that's where you'll find them. Anywho, let's get back to this wonderful video. Oh yeah, before I fully get into this, I know I'm all over the place. I do want to say I do have a bit of a cold, so I might get hung up on words because my throat feels like I've inhaled every single bit of sawdust. I'm not exaggerating. That's kind of, oh, I love you so much. Oh yeah, that's my face. She got her claws cut recently, so she's just been wanting to be around me. But anyway, yeah, I do have a bit of a cold. So I might be hung up on words, and it's like, I'll be like, oh yeah, the Laurent Clerk did this thing, and he, and then like I'll kind of be stuck because I'm feeling a cough come on. So it just sort of happens. So be prepared for that. Yeah, I love you, baby girl. Anyways, let's get on to the video, and I'll do 4 things. And yeah, all right. One of the most important chain reaction events that ever happened to Thomas Gaudet, or all of deaf education, was meeting with Alice Cogswell, daughter of Mason Cogswell, a doctor, in Hartford, Connecticut, because he wanted to go see his family. Gaudet noticed that Alice was all alone and nobody was playing with her. He then found out that the girl was deaf, and so nobody really wanted to play with her, or could. So in order to help her out, he started teaching her to read and write by writing letters in the dirt and pointing to things that signify the word. The first word that he did was hat, so he wrote in the dirt with a little stick, H-A-T, and took off his hat, pointed at it, and Alice Cogswell seemed to understand what he meant by this, which was very important because it sort of kick-started his want to build a school, his want to do many things to help bolster her education, because she wasn't dumb, she just didn't have the normal set of senses, so she couldn't do the things that someone with a normal set of senses could do the same way. Like, she can read and she can speak, just like she can't use her voice. And I think that's very important that he sort of realized that and sort of helped boost the public's idea on this, sort of fostered that level of education. Sorry about that. Another very important event in deaf history was Gaudet's trip to Europe. He wanted to learn more about sign language. He wanted to learn more about how to teach deaf people, because in places like France and England, they had already established deaf schools. So Mason Cogswell and a bunch of his other doctor friends helped him out. They funded him to go to Europe, where he did go to Europe. He went to England specifically. But he didn't like how they were teaching the deaf people there. They were using oral methods, and they were teaching lip reading, which he did not like. Gaudet, not a big fan of lip reading. Same here. Um, so, yeah, taught him about lip reading, and he was like, no siree, not for me. So he met a man named Abby Sicard, who was a headmaster for a school in France, where he went to go. I wish I had some water, but yeah, he went to go meet up with these guys in France. Met Abby. That's where he also met Laurent and oh my god, I do not have water, and I really need water, but I'm in my room and no one can hear me. So yeah, he met Jean Massieu and Laurent Claire, two of Abby Sicard's most well-learned students. Learned. That's the right word. Well-learned students. And when his funds dried up and it was time for Laurent Claire to go back, he back to America, he asked Laurent Claire if he could go with him, and so he checked up with his headmaster, and his headmaster said yes, and so yeah, they went off together. They went back to the States. Anyways, I'm gonna pause for 1 second. I need to go get some water. And we are back. I recently got my water, and yeah, I drank a bit of it, but I'll probably drink it again. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, Laurent Claire was a Frenchman. He could not read or write any English at all. No idea what to do there. He was going to America, and Gaudet was not a deaf man who did also, he doesn't need to be, but he didn't know any like French sign language, so they sort of had a plan. They had a deal. I will teach you. Gaudet said, "Hey, Laurent, I'm going to teach you English, and you go teach me some sign language." And Laurent Clerc said, "Yeah, sounds great." So that sort of helped to boost their friendship, teaching stuff that they didn't know. That really helped them out and sort of prepared them for when they went to America. Anywho, let's get to the other thing. Alright. They also talked a bunch about what they were going to do. They also talked about, hey, how are we going to build the school? What are we going to do? What are plans for this? And that sort of also helped increase their connection. Alright, well, let me... my water. Hi, baby girl. Oh, still have her with me. Oh, she loves this blanket. Oh, I know you want my cuddles, but I also, you really love this blanket. You've just been all over it recently. Yeah. Oh. Let me go get my water. 1 sec. Yeah. Just what the throat ordered. Alright. Gaudet and Clerc started the first American school for the deaf in 1870. It wasn't the first ever school for the deaf, but it was the first one set in America, which I think was still very monumentous. America really needed one. Yeah, first ever American school for the deaf in 1817. Gaudet was the first ever headmaster, and Laurent Clerc was the first ever teacher. That school also helped create a very safe environment for deaf people, for them to learn and communicate, which I think was very, very awesome that it helped do that. And Gaudet remained principal from 1817 until 1830. Sorry about that. My cold didn't magically disappear when I went up to get water, so it's still here. Yeah, he, after retiring, wrote a bunch of books on how to teach deaf teachers and deaf people, and then also campaigned for schools to be made to teach deaf teachers so people could teach deaf kids, which I think is very awesome, that he not only tried to teach deaf kids but also tried to help other people who really might have wanted to teach deaf kids to be able to teach deaf kids. While Clerk retired from his job in 1858, he had made a 2-year deal with Jean Massieu. He was like, hey buddy, I'll be back in 2 years, don't you worry. And he was supposed to be back in 1819, but no, he went to the Americas and never came back. He retired from the school in 1858 and, wanted to go to 1819, wanted to go at 1819, didn't. Yeah, he married, he got kids. He had 6 children when he died, in 1869. But I think it's very awesome that instead of going back to France, he continued to help the deaf people here, because we really at the time needed it. We needed a teacher, and for a long time he was the only guy. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Make sure to absolutely destroy that like button. If it's still there, I'll be disappointed in you. If you don't destroy or smash that subscribe button, I'll also be disappointed in you. Because, I'm telling you to do this thing, and you're not doing this thing. So make sure to go press the subscribe button. Unless the subscribe button is gray, in which you already did do it. And I'm very happy for you. I'm proud of you and your decision to subscribe to the best YouTube channel that is in this house that I reside in. Yeah. Also, make sure to hit that bell for, when whenever I post an amazing YouTube video, which may be in 4 or 5 months, maybe never, who knows? Anyways, I'll see you next time, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Wish you the best.